Donald, just like picking gays and like this separating Donald from these picks is really upsetting in terms of the coverage. And this one is another coverage. They just okay, everybody knows Matt Gaetz is a terrible person. He was under investigation for child sex trafficking. We can't have this. Like, well, Donald picked him.
Yep.
Can we talk about the guy that said, I want the guy in Congress accused of child sex trafficking that everybody hates. I want that guy. Give me the rapist. That's what Donald's saying. And with RFK Jr., and this RFK Jr. is going to be in charge of mental health in this nation.
Yep.
To be in charge of health and human services, the mental health falls underneath that. This is a man who I don't even want to go in. Everyone should look at his first wife.
How he treated his first wife. Exactly.
Look at what he did with his first wife.
Yep. Terrific.
So
it's terrific.
Donald is like, give me the most depraved. I want the most depraved person because his depravity.
Yeah. No, and the Kennedy family has spoken out against RFK as unfit, unsuited for any responsibility. But you're right. To try, I used to think about like part of Trump is like his superpower in a way is that he's like a magnet for like this iron filing of the most depraved, most corrupt people for these positions of power, people who want power so much that they would do anything or say anything. It's like a magnet. He activates that, and then he rewards them for their obedience, for their
right. And then when they fuck up, it's like but nobody's looking at the source. The fish stinks from the head. And what happened with that first term is he successfully divorced himself from that. Just like in the election, he successfully divorced himself as the cause of the Dobbs decision. He that was him. And he would even came out and said, everybody wanted this, so I gave it to you. But when people voted, they voted, no, we don't like that you did that. Or we don't like that, but we're going to keep you. It's like, why would you do that?
Well, that in part goes to your other points, LB, which is just the propaganda universe that we live in now, in part fueled by these Russian bots and this disinformation machine, but also fueled by Fox, which, paid nearly $1 billion out in settlement and then continues to propagandize people. And, so this propaganda machine and Twitter being taken over by Elon and converted into more of this Trump propaganda machine, like, the fact that despite that, 72 million Americans still said no, but not quite enough. Like we almost prevailed over this propaganda machine, but this time the propaganda machine got the better of us, and we're all in for, a whole world of dumpster fire unknown.
Everyone's going to have to see the real pain and suffering that comes from this before. But I just don't know that whether our elections will be there for us in a meaningful way. I do believe, I love that you said that, Lisa. And I just want to say, I think everyone needs to look at the arc of the Russian Federation and its, when it came to elections, once Putin was installed, and he was installed. And where it is now, and sort of look at what happened with the FSB, which is what basically their FBI, and kind of like, you can kind of boil it down to the Department of Justice. That there's a path that happened there. Yeah.
That we're on,
we're on those rails.